activities. But bet you didn't know the true story behind the ancient origins of Halloween. It all goes back some 2,000 years to the ancient Celtic festival known as Samhain, celebrated on November 1st. On the night before Samhain, people believed that the dead returned as ghosts. They would leave food and wine on their doorsteps to keep roaming spirits at bay, and wear masks when they left the house so they would be mistaken for fellow ghosts. The Christian...
All right. So why did they leave food on their doorsteps? Were they scared of something, maybe?
Yes, they were scared of the ghosts.
Yeah, so they kept food on their doorstep to keep the ghosts away. Yeah, to keep
the ghosts. Yes.
Away, yeah. And I think they wore masks even, like disguise from the ghosts. Do you think it's kind of silly? But they believed in the spirits, right? Yeah.
What did you mean, Samhain?
Samhain is the
name.
It's the original name for Halloween.
The original name.
Mm-hmm. The original, yeah.
Samhain.
And do you remember what country?
Mm-hmm.
Ireland.
Ireland.
Yeah. Okay.
Church turned Samhain into All Saints' Day, or All Hallows, in the 8th century. The night before became All Hallows' Eve, later shortened to Halloween. You've heard of trick-or-treating on Halloween, but what about souling or guising? All three of these traditions originated in medieval Britain. On All Souls' Day, November 2nd, the needy would beg for pastries known as soul cakes. In return, they would pray for people's dead relatives. This was called souling. In the medieval
Okay, so the needy, so we saw how it was All Saints' Day, then All Hallows' Eve, and then Halloween. Okay, so on Halloween, the needy would beg families for food, right, number 2. And so they got the food. What did they do in exchange for the food? One of our vocab words.
The trick-treating. The trick-treating.
Not trick-or-treating. They said they would for their dead relatives. Pray. They pray for their dead relatives. No. Even exchange? Maybe? No? Is it equal? Do you think the exchange is equal?
No. It depends.
It depends.
Maybe for them it was more important to pray for their dead relatives than some food.
Right, yeah, maybe. Or if they weren't very religious, then maybe it wasn't equal. Okay. All right, so we will learn about one more tradition.
Halloween tradition of guising. Young people would dress up in costumes and accept food, wine, money, and other offerings in exchange for singing, reciting poetry, or telling jokes. In 19th century America, Irish and Scottish immigrants revived these old traditions. The result was trick-or-treating. At first, it was much more about the tricks, in the form of pranks and hijinks, than the treats. It wasn't until the 19th...
Okay, so did you see that? They said at first it was more about what was more important, the pranks, the tricks, or the treats? Do you want me to play again?
Yes, please.
Yes, okay.
Thanks and hi.
Okay, ready?
The result was trick-or-treating. At first, it was much more about the tricks, in the form of pranks and hijinks, than the treats. It wasn't until the 1950s that the custom took on its current family-friendly, kid-centered form.
Okay. Did you get that? What was my tricks? Yeah, so throwing eggs at their windows or toilet paper from the bathroom. Very messy.
Centered. Kite-centered?
Kid-centered. So the focus is on kids. So is it kid-centered today?
Yes.
Yes, yeah, Halloween. It's for kids more than adults, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they're saying that now it's like this today. Okay. All right. I think we have one more interesting bit.
Today, Halloween is big business, with U.S. consumers spending more than $2.5 billion on costumes annually. added the candy, and it's estimated that Americans spend up to $6 billion on Halloween each year, making it the second most commercial holiday after Christmas. So whether you're a fan of tricks, treats, or trivia, there's a bit of Halloween history.
All right. Okay, so do you think it's popular in the U.S.?
Very
Yes. Lots of money. Lots of money. Great.